How many of you start something but never finish anything? Right here, this girl. And if you're anything like me, for example, there's tons of people now starting this online coaching business program, and they're all using these templates, and they're, a lot of them are crushing it. They're doing an awesome job. And if you're an entrepreneur, you want to start your own business, I don't know how many of you have signed up for 1, 3, 5, and a lot of us ask ourselves, well, why isn't it working for me? Why aren't I able to get from $10,000 total a year in my business to $100K a year to $1 million? Some of these people are, making $100,000 a month, $150,000 a month on their online coaching business. And it's so easy to keep signing up for a new one, thinking that that one is going to do something different for you, that it's going to be different. But unless you complete one of them from start to finish all the way through, you'll never know which one's successful. And I find myself, as I share with you my own entrepreneur goals and share this journey with you, I want to be transparent because I find that I learn the most from people when they're honest and 100% transparent, and they talk about it before they're making $1 million a year, right? And if there's going to be any actual transformation, I always want to know where it actually started versus after it's already happened. People then go back and they say, well, I quit my job and I wasn't making any money, and now do what I did and follow me and I'll help you get to the point where I'm at now. But what were those struggles every day? What were those? How did you combat them? What did you actually do every day on a daily basis to get from point A to point B? And I have found in my entrepreneur journey that I get sucked in. And I'm like, okay, I'm following Melissa Griffin, and then I'm following Jasmine Star, and then I'm following Tai Lopez, and then I'm following, this new girl, Grace Kelly, popped up in my feed. You can check all these people out. And I think they're all doing a great job and are very successful. But if you don't start and finish with one, you're just making it even harder on yourself to become an entrepreneur. That's what I'm learning is, honestly, I started signing up for all these free webinars from all these people. And obviously they do give away a lot of good free information, but then of course they're also trying to sell you something. This is not new news. And I would find myself signing up, and before I knew it, I was paying for like 5 different, business online coaching programs, and I haven't completed one of them yet, to be completely honest. So I want to share that with all of you, being raw, and hopefully you can learn from it, is if I'm ever going to see results, I have to do one from start to finish. And for me, what makes sense is following the Tai Lopez program first. And so I am doing that one, and I'm going to do it from start to finish. Based off of how that goes, I may consider choosing a different one. And I think, all these ones, Melissa Griffin and Jasmine Star and all these people actually have a lot of great advice, and they're awesome. I'm just finding that I'm overwhelming, and they also kind of have a niche, right? So Melissa Griffin is all about kind of digital products, which I do have, which is why I still want to do that, but I don't want to become overwhelmed. Jasmine Star is a little bit more branding related, photography. Tai Lopez is very social media focused. There's, The list could go on. There's so many people doing it and they're doing it well. But if you spread yourself too thin and you're taking the first course or the second course or the third course of all these different programs, you're probably never going to actually start executing and finding it to be successful. So I am sharing with all of you that I have committed fully to Tai Lopez's Social Media Secrets program. So far, to be honest, even as a social media marketer, and this is part of being very vulnerable and raw and sharing. You know, I worked at a digital marketing agency I've been blogging since 2007. I have been doing my own social media for my personal training business since 2008. I then worked at a digital marketing agency for 2.5 years, almost 3 years. 2.5 years. I then went out on my own and have had my own social media marketing clients. And even to this day, there's things that I'm learning. And if you are an entrepreneur or anyone who wants to be successful, I think the number one thing that you can do in your life is never think you know everything. You know what you know what you don't know, but you don't know what you don't know. That is what my dad always told me, and it's so true. And so there should never be where you feel like you've learned it all and you know everything, you don't need to learn anything else. And so if there's something else I can learn from taking someone else's social media program, I want to take that. And I encourage you guys to do the same, to never stop learning and always, you know, making yourself more educated, because the more you know, the likelihood that if you put it into practice, the more successful you'll be. So this is kind of a longer video, but I wanted to share that with all of you because I think it's a really important lesson to learn. And I just fell victim to it of, oh my gosh, look at all these people, and yeah, I want to learn that, and I want to do that, and I want to learn that, and I want to do that. And like I said, I would love to do all these programs. It's like signing up for classes all over again in college. You probably want to take all these different classes, but you really only have time for 4 classes a semester. So that's kind of where I'm at, and wanted to share that tip with you guys today. And let me know if you guys have any questions.